fellow star stuff. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Spooky music. It is very, very ethereal. It is very, very ethereal. I don't know what this game is about. I don't know if it's gonna be spooky. I hope it's not. I hope it's not. But we'll get into that here in a moment, in a little bit here. Welcome everyone to a very new and interesting and special playthrough. welcome everyone to... Which game screen do I want to use? I guess this one. Yeah. Or do I want this one? I actually haven't decided. Hold on. Nah, nah, I don't want that. Maybe when we actually load into the game, I'll change it. But for right now, this is fine. Welcome everyone to Z.A.T.O. I love the world and everything in it. Yes, this is the next game that I want to play. This is the game that I was talking about. A little bit about this. I wanted to play this game. How long has this game been out? I feel like I've wanted to play it since it's been released, but that's not true. I think it's been I think that's a little bit shorter of a time. I've been wanting to play this game definitely since I started. I was ending like Never 7 and like starting No Sleep for Kaname Date. I wanted to start playing it around there, and I just didn't get around to it because I was locked in already. I was like, oh, I want to play No Sleep for Kaname Date. And then I said, like, after No Sleep for Kaname Date, I'm going to play this. But then I was like, but I really want to play Ever 17. I really want to get back into Ever 17. And so there we go. That was what happened. So ultimately, I didn't end up playing it, but I really wanted to check this out eventually. And for me, I have 3 different games that I play per week. So it's just game 1, which is the Ever 17. There's game 2, which is 100 line, which is gonna take like a billion years, and then there's a third game. The third games have been I'm trying to keep them pretty short, but consider that I really want to play this game. So even if it takes a little bit, I kind of just want to jump into it. I kind of just want to play it. So we are here playing this today. Also, I didn't say hello, Black Blue. I hope you've been doing well. I hope it's been a good Friday for you. So the art and music at least look very good for this. It is. I assume it is. So a little bit about the person who I believe wrote this, right? The person who wrote this is actually a Vocaloid producer. I know them. I know them as a Vocaloid producer. And it's not to say like I know all of their songs. I only listened to like 2 or 3 of their songs back in the duh. But then years and years later, I heard that they made a game and I was like, wait, what? Wait, you can do that? You can do that? I loved more than anything the artwork for those music videos that I had watched. And so to have like a whole game where that art style is going to be used is really, really fun and cool, and I like that. I like that a lot, and I'm looking forward to it a lot. But in terms of what I know about the actual creator, not a whole lot myself. And in terms of what I know about this game, not a whole lot. I think that this game, the only thing that I know for sure is that I think this game takes place in the past. I think it takes place it's been a long time since I read the description. In Russia? In the past? I don't know. I don't know. And I don't know if it's a fictional version of Russia or something. I hope I don't have to put on my historical lenses because I don't know a thing about history. So, but I'm willing to learn. I just don't know anything about it. And then the other thing is that I know that this game, I don't know if this game has choices, but I do know that no matter what, this game only has one ending. So there's not any sort of branching paths. We're not going to be here for 18 billion years, which makes it very distinct and different from the other games that we're playing on this channel. Makes it very, very different in that sense. There's no sort of branching paths. There's just the one definitive ending, which is, I like that. I like when a game is just like, I have a story to tell, and like whatever happens in the middle is whatever happens, but ultimately here's where we're going to end up. So, of course, as much as I love the branching paths and look at this flowchart, look at how convoluted it gets. Woo! Woo! I love that too. But for this, I'm really looking forward to seeing what it's about. So, of course, as always, let me know how the sound is. If it ever gets too loud or too quiet, it should be good. But, you know, just in case, of course. So I'm doing good, cooking dinner at the moment. Ooh, nice. What are you making? What are you making, if you don't mind me asking? I thought today that was going to be like, you know, a 3-day weekend. If you're in the US, it's like a 3-day weekend. And I was like, wow, this is going to be so great and awesome. And then it ended up not being, because I was still working. I was still doing stuff. I was still working. But I got to do, after that, I got to do a little bit of stuff for like the channel, which is always good and nice. And then I haven't had dinner as of yet, but I think I'll have it after this. I think I'll have something light to eat after this. So, by the way, I sent a question in Discord. Just wanted to confirm something. Hold on. Let me pull it up. Hold on. One moment here. Also, making loaded baked potato soup. That's nice. That sounds amazing. That sounds amazing. Man, maybe I'll have some baked potato soup. You know what? Something to consider. Something to consider. I'm like pulling up a whole list here. Yo, yeah, I did. I see your message here. Yes, I do. It's meant to be like that. It's meant to be like that. It's just to avoid any people. I don't know how YouTube works. I don't know how YouTube works, and I'm scared of it, to be honest. So it's meant to be like that. But people who want to come in and say hello, they're free to say hello, and you know. So it is by design. It is by design, to answer your question. But yes, this is a visual novel. I assume there's no voice acting, although I could be wrong. I saw a setting that says voice volume, so I don't know if it's gonna be like the little sound bites that say ha, you know, like those sorts of things, or if it's gonna have like a full voice acting thing. I don't know what this is. I don't know, but I want to know what it's about. I want to know how to love the world and everything in it, because my gosh, my gosh, is there quite a bit? Is there quite a lot? So let me go ahead and I'll close Discord and then get into it. So can I use my controller? I sure can. All right, let's hop on into it. Oh, it's got the like the rempy, the thing in the bottom. You can see it. Now this is visual noveling. This is being a visual novel. Oh man. Did you know that our sun is a very unusual star? To start with, it's a yellow dwarf. Those constitute for just 7 to 10% of all stars in the universe. It's an outlier even among those. Most yellow dwarfs are primarily covered with dark spots. The sun isn't. The majority of its surface is bright. In fact, it has 3 times the number of light spots than it does dark spots. Sure, its overall brightness index is nothing special. You could even count it underwhelming compared to the other stars of its type. But even so, it works harder than most to shine as bright as it can. And I find that really cute. I chose, as usual, I choose like great games for this channel, don't I? It's all about the theming, baby. It's all about the theming. So, why am I already getting the vibes from the Moon game you played a while back? Yeah. I was also thinking that with the controls at the bottom. That was definitely more Yuri coded. I don't know if this game is gonna be Yuri. I don't know, again, what this game is, if it's gonna be any romance or anything like that, but let me go ahead and turn down the volume a little bit on my end. It's a little loud, and then let me know as well if it's loud on stream or if it's good. I don't remember where I read about this. Must have been some newspaper from years ago. But that small piece of trivia still pops into my mind whenever I look at the morning sky. It's not much of a view, to be honest. Not much of a sky, not much of a sun. I guess that's the kind of region it is. Some people say the sun is just lazing around in our parts, what with the constant snow. Someone out there, me, is hoping today makes you feel proud of the person you become, because that person is absolutely wonderful. That's nice. That's very nice. Welcome on in, Ken. Welcome on in. Yes, we are here. We're starting a new game today that has like the vibes and atmosphere, and it might be deep and dank and depressing. Who knows? It might be. It might possibly be. But it's always nice to have that that little happy reminder before we get into something that might be a little bit more serious. Who's to say? But I appreciate it. Thank you for stopping on by. Thank you. Courie, I'll be falling asleep in your streams. Your voice is very relaxing. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Hopefully this game isn't going to have any sort of like mind-bending like what? Having me laugh, lose my mind, making like just like screaming, yelling. So it should be nice and relaxing. In which case, fair. That's fair. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the hydrate. I'll do so right now. Alrighty, thank you again for the hydrate. I've been talking all day, unfortunately, so my voice has just been like, it feels like it's barely shot like this entire week. I've been talking today as well, so I made myself some tea. It's nice and soothing and relaxing, so I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Some people say the sun is just lazing around in our parts, what with the constant snow. But people that do go around saying that, well, they clearly haven't read that newspaper. The more I thought about things like that, and the more I learned, the more I realized how incredible everything is. Again, I assume this is also very like old school visual novel with like a real life picture that then has a filter on top of it, little things like that. I'm not just saying that to mean amazing. I mean improbable. You can't deny the world is full of great coincidences. It's to the point where I've begun to ask myself, how much of it can we attribute to pure chance? The universe was so kind as to give us both a star and a planet with the perfect conditions for sentient life. Sorry. This is one-to-one something that Akane talks about in the third Zero-Escape game, and I'm just like having flashbacks like, oh no. Oh no. Just the slightest fluctuation. But I mean, like, it's true. Like, I like it. I like the way that she explained it. Apparently not everyone does, but like, to be fair, she was kind of depressing about it. She was kind of depressing about it for no reason. And it's just like, man, okay, like, we don't have to talk about this right now, but like, yes, I agree. But also, like, come on. Come on, Akane. Just the slightest fluctuation in the composition of our atmosphere, the size of the globe, or the distance between Earth and the Sun, and none of the beauty surrounding us would exist. Some would call it a miracle. And of course, that's a lovely way to put it. But isn't that giving the world we're living in a little too little credit? But it's not that I subscribe to the anthropic principle or anything. Yep, that's exactly what she was talking about. Yep. I'm not so arrogant as to believe the universe exists just for our sake. Rather, I'm not so sure it exists solely to be observed. When a baby is born, it's not preoccupied with how it is perceived. That conscious need emerges later as the child develops self-awareness. Until that point, its curiosity is aimed at its surroundings. Oh no, I want to play this game eventually, so can only stop by, but I hope you guys enjoy the game. No worries. Thank you so much for stopping on by, Cadentia. Your backlog and my backlog are probably pretty similar, to be honest. So I get it. But thank you so much for stopping on by. I appreciate it. I think it's called the anthropic physics. Yep, you got it. You literally got it. Pretty common topic in astrophysics. Yeah, exactly. Although the first time that I got introduced to it was from Zero-Escape, so. Until that point, its curiosity is aimed at its surroundings. So if anything, it's the opposite of what the anthropic principle entails. We're social creatures, so the need to be observed makes sense for our survival. But to say the universe itself shares that priority, it just doesn't make sense to me. Although, you can also think about it this way. A child is curious about the world because it perceives the world as external. But what if the child is the world? What if all that could ever be observed, all that it could ever observe existed within itself? Oh, I see what you mean. Whoa, okay. Big brain, okay. What can the all-encompassing universe be curious about? There's nothing but itself, so nothing but itself. There's nothing else to care about in the world, in the whole wide world. It is the world. Duh. Duh. Oh, wait. Now that makes perfect sense. If I put it like that, I guess the universe has no choice but to be self-centered. Even if it wasn't the case when it was born, what if the universe developed a desire to be perceived by others as it matured? The same way that a child would. And what do we do when we want others to perceive us a certain way? We try to mold ourselves accordingly. I think I get it now. The universe gradually felt the desire to be seen. It wanted to be admired, loved, and observed because there's nothing more a world could do but to observe itself. It's the best and only pastime there is, as far as the world is concerned. And if observation is good, more observation is even better. Of course, an endless universe can observe itself endlessly. You could say that its observation value equals infinity, like the out of infinity. So you have to find the out of infinity. There we go. That value may seem absolute, but it really isn't, not in mathematics. Infinity plus 1 exists. It's a value that the universe could never reach as singular, albeit infinite observer. As A, rather. So it had to create new finite observers to add to its infinity. It needed to create sentient life. Sentient life is the plus 1. When I put it like that, it sounds like all of us are extras at a party. Now, isn't that fun? Is this what... Sorry, this is slight spoilers, it's out of context, but slight spoilers for the Ever 17. Is this kind of what Sora was just talking about with the N+1? What was she saying? What was she talking about? I don't know. She was yapping for like a long time, I gotta say. I was like, yeah, Sora, I believe you. Whatever you say, girly pop, I believe you. Well, so she was talking about N+1 last time, and I was like, huh, maybe this is also connected? All these games are just literally connected? This vast, mighty universe changed itself so meticulously to make new observers possible. It fine-tuned all of its systems so precisely, just to have us here. It worked so hard just to share its one joy with us worthless insects. Oh no, this can't be. That's cute. I feel like I'm talking to Nakito. What the hell? That's really cute. Haha, I should have expected this. I should have known the infinite universe would be infinitely cute. This world truly is wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Ira Grachevashka Kaya. I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry. This is what we're in for. Is missing. Huh? I look up from my desk. A low hum runs through the class. Gracheskaya. What? Seriously? She's just skipping. No, she ran off with that one guy. You saw? No, but come on, you know her. She's totally... Silence! The teacher taps her journal on the desk. Ida's parents filed the report yesterday night. They haven't seen her since she left for school. Another round of whispers. The teacher raises her voice. So if any of you have any information that might help in finding Ida? I'm gonna say Ida. Please report it to the teacher's office or the police after class. That is all. On to the lesson. A chair creaks in the back. Vadim, I guess just like, I don't know if my like normal boy voice, they definitely look older. I don't know how old they're supposed to be, but they definitely look older, like 16. So it wouldn't be very appropriate to give him the kid voice. Wait, you really expect us to just study like normal after hearing that? Yeah. Yeah, we're shocked too, you know? We're worried sick. Seriously, our classmate's missing. Our friend, our Irocha. The room fills with repulsive giggles. Cut it out. Garen, sit back down. The teacher's voice sounds just as dry as it did when she broke the news. She turns toward the blackboard to write down the date. We all know the situation will probably resolve itself just fine. So let's not act dramatic. If you have anything valuable to say, I'll be happy to hear it in the office. She puts the chalk down and begins the lesson. It's December 19th. Ida sounds more Russian, while Ida sounds Japanese. Yeah. Can't say which is more accurate, though. It's like, I don't know. Anyone here speak Russian? Nah. Now we're just gonna have to wing it, so. A bird flies past the window. All right. I don't know if you call that a cold open. It's kind of a cold open because it starts with like, wow, the ramblings of how beautiful life could be. And anyway, one of your classmates is missing. Anyway, disappearance. Give me a break. Aren't you supposed to wait 3 days or something? That's a myth. You can file a missing report whenever, especially if it's a kid. Oh yeah? Hey, let's report each other as missing and see who they find first. You're on. No, but seriously, what's with the sudden hubbub? So she didn't come home, big deal. I thought wandering off was her whole thing. Right? That's just Grachevskaya for ya. Better parents just want some attention. Like they need any more of that. I mean, I've heard of some weird cases. Yeah, never say never. Crazy is genetic. You think she's in some crack house now? No way. Do we even know any? I wish. At least there'd be something fun to do. Honestly. Hey. But she's like, for sure with the guy, right? The guy? You don't know? Bunch of people have seen them together. It's some older dude. He's like 30 or something. Ew. You serious? Yeah, it's so trashy. I slowly walk behind my classmates as we head to the next lesson. It's irritating. Their conversation is ticking me off. I'm not sure why. It's not as if they're making sense. They aren't making sense. It's not unusual for Ida to wander off somewhere on her own. I'm not treating this news with any real gravity. Really, I'm no better than them. There is a trace of worry in my head, but it isn't directed towards Ida. Instead, when I first heard about her disappearance, the thought that flashed into my mind was rather ugly. Now nobody will come to save me. Oh, was she like your defender? Like maybe you were getting bullied and then she would like insert herself in the situation and then she became the object of everyone's ire, I guess, so to speak. And now that she's gone, the bullying will kind of go back to you by default. Gross. But regardless of what people are saying, and regardless of what I personally think, that's still a missing person. Her poor parents must be so worried. Just picturing it makes me feel glum. I'm not surprised Ida would just run off somewhere without telling anybody, but still. It's not like we've ever been friends. It would be stranger if I acted all torn up about it, right? Well, they've never been friends, so maybe not. Maybe not. She's just that kind of person. Always getting herself into trouble, always hanging out in places she's not supposed to be at. They're right. This wouldn't be the first time Ida left for God knows where. But is it really true? The stuff they said about that older man. I've never even seen or heard anything like that. Even though this whole time. I suppose it's plausible knowing how some girls are. Even so, I'd never have thought Ida would be the type to be love-struck like that. Love-struck, huh? When I put it that way, then it's almost... Yeah, it's most definitely cute. Oh, were you the person that was having the whole monologue in the beginning? Okay, you were the person. Huh. That bullying theory reminds me of another. Some kids can be so cruel. Yeah, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I'm starting to see some of the theming around the game. Some theming around bullying. Again, I don't know anything about this game, so it's like, what could this game possibly be about? Well, we know one theme now, and it sucks. It sucks. I mean, it's good to cover, obviously, especially in stories, but it sucks. So, I almost wonder, my immediate jump from what I know from other media that's kind of like this is like, if one person inserts themselves in and takes the blame, then the person that was bullied can sometimes turn around and be a bully themselves, or just kind of like ignore it outright. So that's what she means by like, hey, we were never really friends anyway, so like, I don't know. I don't know what her deal is. Yeah, it's most definitely cute. Ida in love. Forbidden love too. Oh, I'd never have guessed. I never took that girl for a romantic. But she is a girl at the end of the day. And she does like those types of books. So perhaps she was planning to elope all along. Why is this in, like, highlighted text? She was planning to elope all along! Crap. It's all so complicated. I'm really torn on this, I really am. On one hand, it's super romantic. Such beautiful young love with no regard for what anyone thinks. It's so incredible. It's incredibly cute. But on the other hand, I'm really sad. It's selfish and it's dumb. But if Ida is really gone, it's like I've got nothing to hope for anymore. Huh. Okay. Wait. Okay. I'm still reading into things. I'm still putting things into place. Gotcha. Hey, Shibina. Huh? You know anything about this? No. Why would I? Well, you two were pretty close, right? Okay, never mind. Never mind. We were pretty close, apparently. The hell is the main character talking about? Their whole group chuckles. We weren't. No? No, not at all. Really? Really? I thought you two were. Oh. Alright, we're getting serious. Okay, gotcha. Okay, we're getting serious. Is this the antagonist? I saw you on the promotional art, so I thought it was like, yeah, one of our buddies, one of our friends. Maybe we'll become one of our buddies, one of our friends, but you sure are not our buddy right now. What? They all erupt in laughter. We weren't. We didn't even talk. Petine, you dumbass. Graveskaya's screwing the old guy. She ain't like that. I don't know, some chicks swing both ways. You never know these days. I don't, it's... Look at her face. Chill out, Jimina. We're just kidding, jeez. Why are you getting so scared anyways? You really a lesbo or something? I'm not. They just keep laughing. What can I even say to that? No matter what I do, they just keep laughing. If Ida came in through the door right now and heard what they were saying, all hell would break loose. I mean, she only disappeared a day ago. She's probably just coming home late. She doesn't even know there's a missing report. Maybe she's already left her lover's place. Maybe she's trudging through our snowy schoolyard as we speak. No, she's already inside. She's already left her wet puffy jacket in the cloakroom. And now she's going down the corridor. Up the stairs, to the left. That's right, she's coming. She's gonna storm in at any minute now. This is, you know what? This is... Have you ever... This is... Slight spoilers. This is mild spoilers for Umineko. So keep that in mind. It's only gonna be like 10-20 seconds here. Have you ever seen that one bullying scene, the one scene of the little sister in the classroom during that one bullying moment? That is something that just like gut punches me to this day, man. That scene is so palpable, like on how it depicts bullying. It's so good at it too. The way that like it's, in order to escape the current reality of being like laughed at or anything like that, you just have like a bunch of daydreams and eventually they become maladaptive. And just having that, like just reaching a breaking point and having those fictional reality coincide essentially. It's kind of we're not obviously having a breakdown right now per se, but it is very much like that, where it's just like, man, you can, the reason why she's so wordy and the reason why this already is very good as a visual novel especially, is the idea that like when you're put in situations where it's just like, I don't want to be here, I don't want to do this, you dream more and more essentially. And so I already have like a good understanding of where our main character is at here mental wise, and it's just like, well, this isn't good, this isn't great. That's right, she's coming. She's gonna storm in any minute now. Right, that's it. I hear her. I can hear her footsteps. She's coming. Ida's coming. What's with that face? You look like you're holding in a shit. She's totally a lesbo. I'm not. I've never talked to her, I told you. The steps walk past the classroom. Now that they're closer, they don't sound like her at all. There we go. They sounded like her, and they never sounded like her in the first place. I haven't seen Umineko yet. I wasn't sure it was worth the time. Maybe I should go play it. I mean, speaking as somebody who... I haven't even played Umineko, to be quite honest. I've seen bits and pieces of somebody play through Umineko. So I can't even say for sure. I know it's a long-ass game, but I've seen bits and pieces here and there, and that is one of the scenes that I saw, and man, it was so well done. Like, Umineko is consistently one of the top-rated visual novels, and then also just, like, in general, like, I feel like it's so popular that sometimes it even reaches broader video game, like, sphere in a way that other visual novels can't. So I feel like it has to be worth it. I feel like the time has to be worth it. It's just that it is certainly a time. It is certainly quite the time investment. So, to each their own, I guess. Also, let me take a sip of water here. One moment. I feel like there's an eyelash in my eye and I'm suffering. I'm suffering. Welcome to the stream where you have to read out loud and I have something in my eye, so I can't keep one of my eyes open and I'm suffering because of it. Why? No. Really makes you feel like you're the main character in Torment. Really makes you feel it, one for one. Well, maybe not with her, but like in general. Yeah, you don't have a boyfriend, right, Shibina? Why is that? Huh? I don't know. I just... Dude, look at her. Be real. Come on, don't say that. What, you want to be her boyfriend? Hey, Shibina, want to go out with Igor? 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 I guess it is Igor. Hi. What? Come on, he's a great guy. Right, Igor? You treat her right. Piss off, man. I'm not doing that. I bite my tongue. There I go again. Bad habit. It's not like it works anyway, so why do I keep doing it? I plop down at my desk and start mindlessly flipping through the textbook. I need to stop indulging fantasies like that. It just makes me feel stupid every time. If Ida came in through the door and beat them up right then and there, would it really help my case? They probably keep saying those same things behind her back. And to my face. I guess it really would be for the worse. Yeah, I shouldn't have wished for that. If Ida saw that, it would just add fuel to the fire. So it's a good thing that she didn't interfere. It's a good thing. It's really a great thing. At least these guys don't bother me for the rest of the day. Everyone's too preoccupied with gossip. You need someone to blow on it. That always works. Friggin' I listen, all right? I have so many memories because, like, when I was younger, when I was very, very young, that is what my parents would do. That's what my parents would do. They would blow on my eye, and it's like, oh, there, it's all done, it's all better. And then when I grew up, when I was in high school, I had a friend, and I was like, there's an eyelash in my eye, can you blow into my eye? And she was looking at me like, what the fuck? She was looking at me like, what the actual fuck is wrong with you? Like, what are you talking about? And I was like, but no, obviously, like, everyone knows that, right? And then later I went back to my mom and I told her about it, and she was like, that's a fucking lie, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. And I was like, wait, what? Oh my gosh, the freaking embarrassment. I hate everything. I hate the world and everything in it, because why didn't anyone tell me? Wait, that's not a thing people do? As far as I'm aware, it's just something that you tell children, apparently. Apparently it's just something that you tell children to make them feel better. It doesn't actually do anything, it's just a lie. Everything is built on lies. I hate it. I hate it so much. No way, that's a lie. I legit thought it works. Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one though. I'm glad I'm not the only one, because like I felt so bad afterwards. I was like, because I couldn't understand it at the time. She hadn't grown up in America, so I was like, oh, maybe it's an American thing that just knows about it. And like, to be fair, it's still probably an American thing, but it's a lie. It's a lie that we tell children that isn't actually real, and it messed me up so much when I learned that. I thought it actually worked because I felt like it was better, but no, it doesn't work. It doesn't actually work. And it's still in my eye. It's still in my eye. Why? I can't focus on studying either. I keep thinking. The last time I saw Ida, the teacher says her parents saw her leaving in the morning, but she didn't show up to class. That part's nothing new. Ida has always had a bad attendance record, so I assume she skipped as usual. Yeah, it is. I mean, I'm not gonna like. I assume it's really weird because, like, why, if she left that morning and she didn't show up for school, what makes you think that she's missing if she always skips school? Like, what makes you think specifically that she's gone missing? It makes me think that, like, her parents are lying and, like, she didn't come home last night, essentially, and that's why they think she's missing. So I assume she skipped as usual and went to see that man they talked about. Did she go to him right away? Because in that case, yesterday evening. Go home, Asya. Oh, so you were the last person to see her, essentially. Also, my sleep was done. Yay! How is it? How does it taste? On a scale of 1 to 10, write your review in chat. You don't have to write a review. Is it good? I hope it's good. I hope it's good. The teacher's office, was it? I'm kind of scared of going straight to the police, but I should probably report that. Not sure if it will be of any help. And for some reason, the idea of telling anyone what I saw, something about it just doesn't sit right with me. But there's no logical reason for that. I need to get over myself. Sure, she's probably fine. I know that. Freaking everyone knows that. But if she's not, well, I'm gonna regret it big time. Oh, but I might also be tearing star-crossed lovers apart. If Ida really ran away with someone that she cares about so deeply, away from society's ridicule, would it be right to ruin it? Crap. And again, this takes place in the past. I think it takes place in the 80s. Not that all high schoolers everywhere know the right thing to do even now. But this takes place in the 80s, and this is definitely more like if you don't have the internet like telling you like, hey, that's bad. That's really bad. Sometimes you could be like really scared and nervous to report something like that. So like, I get it. I get the situation. I'd say it's pretty good. I'm not much of a cook, so all I could do was follow the recipe. Good thing it was pretty simple to make. Fair enough. That sounds like a 7 out of 10, a 7 or 8 out of 10. That's a pretty good dinner. That's a fair dinner, I will say. Crap. I have to admit it. I'm also a little judgmental. I mean, it's really beautiful. I do believe that judging love... it's really beautiful. I do believe that judging love like that is ugly, but whenever I start to consider it closely, I just can't brush off how much older that man is. I just can't. Yes, yes, that's fair. I'm really no better than the rest. Wait, that's it. So that's why I don't want to tell anyone about what I saw. It must be the good in me screaming, don't ruin good fortune. They're probably so happy together right now. It's none of your business. Gosh, yes, that must be it. That explains everything. Should I follow my heart then? Should I keep silent? It's not as if what I had seen will make a difference. It was kind of inconsequential. There's no point in telling anyone about it at all. But in the beginning, we seemed like pretty shocked that like, hey, she was out there with some guy. Like, really? She didn't seem like the type. So obviously we didn't see her with anyone. We just saw her alone. It's not the kind of information that points to any particular location or culprit. Not that there is one. So let's keep silent and everyone will be happy. I'll be happy. The good, irritable me will be happy. The cool, reasonable me will be happy as well. Yep. Yep, good job, Asya, you solved it, yay! It sure is nice to have a clean conscience. Well, no need to loaf around here any longer. Guess I better head home. Counterpoints! Counterpoints! Objection! Counterpoints! What if, and bear with me here, what if Ida is actually missing? Despite all odds, there's a possibility that she is in danger. If even the tiniest chance that my report will help in finding her, then that info is worth providing. And if she really did elope with her beloved, then my testimony won't change a thing. It's worthless at that point. That's true. If I carefully weigh the pros and cons, that off chance of Ida being in danger and my words being key to saving her makes for a strong argument. Oh, my words being the key to saving her. Wow. Yes! That would be so amazing. The stark reversal, I love it. It's pretty good. I didn't think this game would have any comedy. All right, this is pretty good. That would be so amazing. And then I come in and visit her in the hospital, and she wouldn't know how to thank me. She'd probably say I shouldn't have. She told me, I told you to leave me alone, dummy. But then I just shake my head and respond, it's nothing. I was just doing what I was supposed to. Okay. No, I gotta come up with something cooler. I'll need to think about that. Wait, why is she in the hospital? Do I hope Ira ends up in the hospital? Jeez, of course not. I don't need my freaking testimony to save her. I hope my testimony is useless and she's already home. Or is calling home, telling her parents about how happy she is with the love of her life. That's what I hope for. Oh, why do I keep having these stupid thoughts today? At least I know what I should do now. I've made my decision. I'm going to the teacher's office to be a hero. Where is it again? I doubt they expect me to come. I'll probably look kind of silly. Wouldn't be the first time. Well, who cares? Walking. Down the staircase, to the right, down the hall. There, that's the teacher's office. Again, this is kind of what I was talking about in, I think, I don't know if it was last time or a few streams ago, with Ever 17, where it's like sometimes you need a very particular, at least for me, everyone's a little bit different. I need a very particular like through line in my head of narration in order to do the thing that must be done. Otherwise, I don't know how. I don't know how to live. I'd say this is pretty strong. This is pretty strong narration. This is pretty. Hopefully, you're not having. Well, counterpoint, objection. Hold on. No, that's wrong. Hopefully, you're not having that in your head. But I can see how this is. I don't know. Something about this is like, yeah, it do what it be, don't it? It's nice to have a protag that has other than noble ulterior motives and is genuinely disgusted with their own thoughts. Makes her feel more human, not some fictional, unrelatable hero. Yeah, yeah, exactly. The idea is just like, oh, but what if like I'm the hero and like what if I say something to impress her and like she'll think I'm so cute, I'm so cool and awesome and neat. I really want that. You know, like that sort of thing. There's just something so nice about having that in a protagonist. It's pretty good. Oh? A girl. There's a girl standing there, right by the door. I think I've seen her before. Is she an upperclassman? Our town is really tiny, so is our school. If I were a better person, I would know her name. She turns to look at me. I'm not sure what she is expecting, so I nod a little. Maybe I'll give Azia my regular voice? And then maybe I'll give this person like the higher voice that I was giving Azia. Maybe. Is there a queue? A queue? To the office. Oh, no. I'm just waiting for someone. Okay. Hey. What? You're Azia, right? Yes. How did you know? That's kind of a loaded question. How do we know anything? I mean, it's not like we have lots of faces to remember here. You know me too, right? Of course I do. Yeah. Sorry. Really? That's what I was talking about. It's not really that I don't care to remember everyone's names. It's just that I don't know where other people get them from. Oh yeah, basically they're like friends. You just like know it. They say that in tiny cities like this, everyone knows everyone, but that's just not the case. Sorry, as you can tell, I'm a little bit tired. Bear with me. It's the typical Courie Cosmos experience. So we learn about the people outside our immediate circle through gossip or common friends. But I haven't made any new ones since the day Tasia left. And gossip. Sure, sometimes I overhear my classmates chatting about this and that, but I don't like listening to them. I don't like their voices, so I try not to pay them too much attention. Wait. When I put it like that, it does kind of sound like my fault. My point is, when everyone is regurgitating that same idea of everyone knows everyone, the word everyone doesn't include me. The name's Marina. Oh, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. You got something to share about Grachevskaya? How did you know? What do you mean, how? We had an announcement, same as you. They told us to report it to the teachers and all. I see. For some reason, I thought they only broke the news to us, Ida's classmates. But it makes sense they'd have given the upperclassmen a heads up, just in case they happen to know her. Honestly, that's so real. How do people just know each other? Even when they don't speak to each other. Yeah, that's true. I've also been curious about this small town, like, you hear stories about like small towns and it's just like, yeah, everyone knows everyone. It's like, how does that really work, you know? How does that really work? If it seems like such a baffling concept to me because I've never had that experience. The most I've had is like a certain, like, I've had like a certain experience that's kind of like it, but even then, it's not like everyone knew everyone. It was just kind of like a friend of a friend. You know, like, we're all connected in some way, essentially, but not really like everyone knows everyone, you know? I've never had the true small town experience. Which means, and apparently Azia hasn't either, to be quite honest. You also know something about Ida. Yep. That's great. So you talked to the teachers already? Sure did. Wow. And what did you tell them? Tisk. That's between me and the investigation. You can't just spout info like that out in the open, Asya. The walls got ears. Oh. I understand. Sorry. Okay, well, you don't have to apologize. Crap. I'm making an awful first impression. Not only did I not know her name like I was supposed to, but now I don't feel like I know the first thing about vigilance. Who am I kidding? I really don't. I'll just go in then. Marina suddenly blocks my path. No, you won't. I'm sorry. I'm giving Asya the boy voice, and it's just like, it's supposed to be like my voice, but like super duper like I don't know what I'm doing, like, it's supposed to be like that. You're not telling them anything. She gestures with her finger to the tact of each syllable. Why? Because a bad feeling stirs up in my chest. Please don't tell me it's gonna be the same thing as my classmates. Is it because I acted rude? I didn't mean to. Well, I never mean to. I just can't help it, can I? We just met, and I've already managed to mess everything up. Damn it. I desperately search her face for signs of mockery, but weirdly, I can't find anything. I've been waiting for you. Huh? Surprised? Of course I am. No, wait. This has to be some stupid ruse. I'm going to believe this girl, and then she'll laugh in my face about it. I'm serious. Ida told me about you. Really? Yeah. Gosh, they talked about me. Oh, I'm shocked Marina is as friendly as she is, considering the kind of description Ida could give. Wait, does that mean she is a friend of Ida's? For some reason, I never thought about her having any, at least not at school. That was really presumptuous to me. Yeah, that kind of was, actually. That kind of was, to be honest. I wonder what Ida is like when she's with friends. I know you saw her yesterday. I figured you wanted to report it, so I ran here as classes ended. Okay, so you caught me. You got me. I almost didn't come here. I guess it'd be easier to catch you between lessons, but I got so caught up in all these stupid rumors. Kind of slipped my mind. She knows. But hey, what matters is that it all worked out. So why are you stopping me? Well, Marina looks around the empty corridor before lowering her voice. If you tell them about yesterday, you'll make everything worse. What? Aren't I supposed to be the person of all time? The hero? What? Huh? Let's not talk about this in front of the office, okay? Come on, let's go. She takes a step and beckons me with her hand. I'm not sure what she has in mind, but it doesn't seem like a prank. Still. Wait. I know Ida's probably fine, but isn't it better to play it safe? The faster we share all we know with everyone, the... Quiet, you! Shh! I just said we shouldn't talk about this stuff where the adults can hear. Marina grabs my hand and starts dragging me down the corridor. She's not exactly being quiet either. All of my stumbled protests sound so weak, they might as well just be white noise to the other girl. Yes, I spent half the day doubting whether I should report at all. So what? I carefully examined my options and came to my own conclusion. I deserve to see it through. Come on, let me do a thing. Where's my choices in my choice-based game? No, no. I deserve to testify. But some part of me is relieved that the ultimate choice was made for me. No choices. Okay, this is a no-choice game. One straight shot. There's no choices at all in this no choice-based game. Gotcha. I mean, that silly gut feeling I thought I had overcome with reason had come out on top. So there was something to it in the end. So I was right. My heart was right. Sure, I can't actually know that since I'm yet to hear about what Marina has to say. But this can't just be pure chance, can it? And if it's not, what does it actually hinge on? Did Marina show up because the world needed to stop me for the sake of something more important? Or did Marina show up because I subconsciously wished for something, for anything, to stop me? Whatever it was, I guess I mind this after a while. I guess I'll stick to the grander narrative angle for the time being. The world is bending itself to the will of some worthless gnat is a preposterous idea. This really is Shoma Core. Worthless gnat is a preposterous idea. Who would ever be able to think of something like that? But it wouldn't be the first time for me, would it? And the fact that the world, for any reason, has decided to guide me towards the right path, that's just so endlessly sweet. Down the stairs, to the lobby, to the coat room, I don't resist anymore. Marina drags me along, and I can feel my doubt turning into excitement. This is definitely the right path. This girl knows Ida. I want to know more about Ida too. Is Ida gonna be dead by the end of this? I don't know. It feels like this is the type of game where it's just gonna be like, there is no good or bad ending. It just is, you know? Is Ida gonna be freaking dead by the end of this? The whole wide world wants me to know. Oh. Wants me to know and wants you to know that it is time for the first break of the stream. Indeed, it is time. It is time. Let me go over... Well, let's let the new scene load in here. Z.A.T.O, I love the world and everything in it. Yay! Episode 1, Ida. Episode 1? Okay, maybe we'll get through an episode today. I don't know how long they are. The game was supposed to be like 10 hours or so who's to say, really? Alright. It seems like ads are already started, so if you're here, stretch, get some water, all the good stuff. I will be right back in 3 minutes or so, and we will continue from there. Alrighty, I am back. Wow, this soundtrack is really, really good. I'm not gonna lie. When I put back on my headphones and I heard the chopping of the music, because my computer it was giving some issues a little bit before I started stream, and I was like, this is it. This is the end. This is the end. It was nice knowing everybody, but to know that it was actually the song is like, it's kind of nice. It's kind of like, once I got to actually listen to it and sit down here and like listen to it, it's like, this is kind of a vibe, to be honest. I agree. I love the music so far. Let me go over to back to game screen. We are back. And then continuing, and Vadim is also here as well. I'll check the VOD afterwards, and see if I end up wanting to continue with this screen, with the border on screen, or if I want it to be borderless. I'm gonna think it's probably bordered, but we'll see. We'll see ultimately what I end up deciding to do. See, like right this right now, this really got to me. I was like, oh no, this is it. The computer's dying. The computer's dying. All right, and then continuing. Let me tab back into the game and then continuing. What the hell is your problem? Everyone is looking from Ida to Garen to the chair that just crashed on the floor next to the boy, barely missing him. Huh? Grachev? Can I say Grachev? Grachev is easier to... Can I say Grachev? I'm so sorry. Grachev, the fuck? Is she insane? Somebody call the teacher! Ooh, okay. Okay, gotcha. This is who she is. This is who she is, gotcha. Not paying any mind to the commotion that has filled the classroom, Ida storms toward Garen. Her face is contorted with rage. Before he can react, she rips the notepad from his hand and slams it onto my desk. I hastily grab onto it. Read that again and I'll kick your teeth in. Huh? Are you nuts? Ida doesn't respond. For a second, she just glares at him, then turns around and stomps back to her desk. The classmates who were caught up in a laughing fit just a moment ago were now watching her in a silent bewilderment. They scoot out of her way as she retrieves her bag and then heads towards the door. Crazy bitch. She ignores him. Grachev, where are you going? Bump. Hey! Ida forcefully pushes past the teacher. You... Grachev! What do you think you're doing? Your parents will hear about this. Her threat falls on deaf ears. What the... Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. She looks pissed? Yeah, she looks pissed. I'm also starting to see a little bit more, because the main character is she's so anxiety coded, which I get. I get. So I'm starting to see why the main character, she is very much like, I don't know, it's, and at this point it's not, confirmed, and it doesn't have to be like, wow, it's purely romantic feelings, but it does seem to me like she was somebody special to you, as much as you try and push her away. As much as you try and push her away, she was someone special, right? So in that sense, it's very much like, I could see why you would be drawn to a person that's like that, as somebody who's just like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't know what's happening. I could see why. Everyone knew Grachevskaya. Grachevskaya. I think that's it. She's always been like that, I think. No, not throwing chairs around. That was shit out of Higurashi, wasn't it? Actually, I think about it. Ida had no regard for the rules that everyone's supposed to follow. I guess they call someone like her a problem child. Her parents got a lot of flack for it. It's only normal in a town like ours. Not because of its small size, but because of its, well, let's say, exclusivity. Vorkuta 5 prides itself on its virtually non-existent crime rate. That's the natural consequence of nobody being allowed to enter or exit without a permit. You're lucky to be here, to have a salary higher than the national average, to have access to goods people in the neighboring towns can't even dream of. Few get afforded such a privilege. Last time I checked, our population hasn't even hit 6,000. So when someone like Ida appears on this tiny society's radar, she's not just seen as a delinquent. She's a puzzling stain on a community that's meant to be spotless. Like a weed that's sprouted in a painstakingly maintained flower garden. Of course, it's not that she had appeared out of thin air. It's all in the family, they say. The blame falls on the people responsible. That is, on Ira's parents. That is, on Ida's parents. There we go. And questions begin to arise. Why is Grachevsky's daughter behaving like that? It was Skya. So I guess when it gets the apostrophe, it becomes Sky? Okay. Is there trouble at home? Do they believe this is acceptable? Do they not teach her discipline? Do they not understand how fortunate they are? They've been granted so much, yet they can't do the bare minimum in raising their own child. Do they really want to be here? Do we want them to be here? I've heard a lot of talks like that. I've heard more after Ida threw the chair at Garen. I didn't get why. Everyone was just having fun. And it was my fault for bringing the notebook anyway. I was hoping to write a little in the library once school was done, but my bag slipped and all the contents was scattered on the floor. Of course they would get curious about it. Of course they'd want to read the silly things I wrote. It's not a big deal. It's not like I'd ever taken poetry or drawing very seriously. Those are just fun distractions, nothing more. If people laugh, well, what's it matter to me? I couldn't wrap my head around it. I couldn't, but I still wanted to thank Ida somehow. When I was younger, I wrote a comic. In a school. I wrote a comic, and I've never been a drawing person, and I'm okay with that. I have a sketchbook that I pick up I don't know, maybe 3 times a year, and it's I do some drawing. I'll put on a podcast, I'll do some drawing. It's nice and relaxing, or I'll do some painting or something. But I am not a visual artiste in the way that I have never put in the time to actually do that. And to be fair, there's honestly more things that appeal to me. I would prefer to put in the time to playing guitar, or playing the bass, or acting, or doing anything else, for example, right? So for me, it's just I'm just not that type of person, right? But I drew a comic in school, and I was very proud of the story for the comic. And I was the art is a means to an end. And I kind of showed it to my friend. I passed it to her desk. And then she passed it to another person in the class. And then the person got back and said this is straight trash. This is garbage. And I remember how much that really hurt me. I was oh, I thought it was good. I was somebody who loved writing. I'd get notebooks, and then I just fill them out with story after story after story. That's the type of stuff that I would do. Often they were comics. They were comics. And the art was never good in any of them, but I was really happy that I was creating stories. And at that age, all you would get told, of course, is keep going by older adults and things like that. So, but the children around you could be very cruel. They could be very, very cruel. She rarely shows up to school. I also remember that specific comic. I was fucking pissed. The Amazing World of Gumball has a character, right? That's a cartoon. It's a character about a fish with legs. And in my comic, coincidentally, I also had a character that had a fish, was a fish with legs. And then not even 6 months later, The Amazing World of Gumball comes out, and I'm this is trash. This is trash. How? How? I got so angry about that. I got so angry about that for no reason. She rarely shows up to school, and even when she does, she can just leave at random. I couldn't get a hold of her for a long time because of that. Well, that. And also, I was really scared. Ida has never as much as looked at me. Even when she lashed out at Garen, it's like I wasn't even there. But 2 weeks after the incident, it finally happened. We crossed paths. I went to the bathroom during some lesson, and I think it was math. That really sucks. It's no way to speak to someone who just wants to express themselves. Yeah, it is kids at the end of the day. I'm not like holding it against them years later. I remember it, of course, because it was like a very it was one of those early formative hurtful experiences. Of course, I remember it for that, but I'm not like, did I just screw that guy? I hate him forever. I'm not like that. It's just kids. They don't understand how cruel they can be sometimes, and it's wild. It's wild sometimes. I hate it. But yeah, it was just kind of more so than anything, I brought it up to relate it back to Asya. Because it's like, I like her. I like her as a protagonist already, to be quite honest. I went to the bathroom during some lesson. I think it was math. I came in through the door. And she was there. And there she was, blowing white smoke through the half-open window. Interesting. I hope this will be saved in the gallery. I hope I will be able to get this later, I guess, as a thumbnail. Well, actually, this is the first episode, so yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine, but still. I didn't even know she was at school. Oh, hi. Ida shot me a disinterested look. Hi. I awkwardly scuttled past her into one of the stalls. After closing the door, I realized I was so nervous I couldn't do any of my business. So I just sat there thinking about how I should approach her. It's not like I had some long conversation or formalities in mind. I just wanted to say thanks. In theory, it should have been easy. But wouldn't it have made me look like a weirdo too? Assuming that she did all of that for me. That would make me look self-centered. I had no idea how much time passed while I was in the stall. Maybe 5 minutes, maybe 20 seconds. But when I heard what sounded like her getting off the windowsill, I swung open the door. Wait! Huh? I froze up. She stood next to the window, bag in hand. The cold draft wafted it through her hair. I had to say something. I got this rare chance. The world would give me this rare chance to tell her what I wanted. But what am I supposed to say? Thank you? After I just tumbled out of the toilet stall? What? She raised an eyebrow. I just stood there with my mouth helplessly open, as if I'd gone mute, as if every word in the Russian dictionary got wiped from my brain. Whatever. No, wait! Please! I took a step towards her and she jolted away as if I were a leopard? I guess? I didn't know what I should say or ask. I just knew I had to say something, even if it was the first thing that popped into my mind. What? What the hell do you want? Isn't it cold? Huh? The windowsill. When you sat smoking there right by the window, I thought, weren't you cold like that? Huh? She blinks. Not really. Maybe a little. Thought so. Anything else? No. I mean, yes. I'm sorry that I got you into trouble. Huh? Well, I heard you got into a lot of trouble after that. You know, when Garen read my stupid poetry. I'm sorry for that. She eyed me for several seconds, which to me felt like an eternity. She then sighed and slowly flipped her hair back. And why are you apologizing? That had nothing to do with you. Huh? Well, I guess not. His voice was getting on my nerves. I see. I looked down at the tiled floor. I knew that was the case, of course. It's not like I was hoping Ida would jump in to defend my honor or anything of the sort. I just wanted to thank her regardless of intent, but no matter how hard I thought and tried to word it, everything just came out sounding awkward and wrong. Yep, been there. Yep. Why does this always happen? The soles of her boots squeaked against the floor. She spun around and walked towards the door. This time, I made no attempt to stop her. Your poetry isn't stupid. Huh? Slam. I stood there, dumbfounded. Did she just say that? Did I hear it right? Your poetry isn't stupid. Does that mean she liked it? Ida likes my poetry? Ida Grachevskaya. The bell rang and snapped me out of my short-term stupor. I shook my head. Right, I need to get back to class. I doubted Ida was going to be at the next lesson. I washed my hands from nothing in particular. Yeah, this this was a good game to start playing. This is a good game because like it's not like the Moon game that I had played. It was not like that game in the sense that this is a very different subject matter, but the way that they approach it is very similar. The way that they approach their subject matter is this very like ethereal, like just a memory, just a vision sort of feel. Like I love this shit. I love this shit so much. It's so good. Weeks passed. My life didn't exactly change. I went to school the same way. I sat through the lessons, then went to the store, then to the library or for a walk, and then when it got dark, I headed home. Day after day. Huh? My notebook. I just left to get a snack from the cafeteria. Where did it go? Oh, Shibina. We borrowed your homework for a second. You don't mind, right? Yeah, this is really good right off the bat. Yeah. Even down to like what should I say? Like I just want to say like thank you, but like it would be so presumptuous to say it was for my sake, and like I don't even know, like oh man. It's like yeah, it do be like that, don't it? It do be like that, don't it? It's fine. Thanks. By the way, is this supposed to be you? He lifts a scrap of paper up to me. Oh no. I forgot I left it in there. No. It's just a drawing. Yeah? You sure? It really looks like you if you were pretty. It's not me. Whatever you say. Sometimes my classmates joked around with me. Whenever that happened, my thoughts involuntarily drifted to Ida. She still attended classes, albeit irregularly. She always vanished during breaks. I don't know where to, and I wouldn't dare ask. Something told me that she'd say none of your business if I did. And she'd be right. But even so, I kept imagining those scenarios in my head. Not just when I was being laughed at. I started doing it when I was walking home from school, or to the store, or just wandering around the streets killing time. I kept thinking about how funny it would be if I bumped into Ida. I thought about how interesting it would be if we talked. I even tried to stay out longer. I started to take new routes. It's embarrassing to think about now, but... Ida... She just walked past me in the corridor. Not even a nod, not even a look in my direction. I guess I don't exactly stand out in a crowd, but... No, it's my fault for mumbling. I should have spoken louder. Even though it took all of the courage just to muster that much. Even though I definitely think she should have heard me. Hey, Vadim. What? Remember how I gave you 50 kopecks? Can I have it back? 50 kopecks? When was that again? Last Friday. Jesus! You remember things like that? Can I have it back? Man, I don't even remember taking it. You sure you're not making this up? Maybe you gave it to someone else. No, it was you. Jeez. I don't freaking know. It's half a ruble, Shibina. Who gives a shit? Yeah, why do you care so much? So petty. Probably just lost it or something. Man, this guy sucks. Man, this guy sucks. This guy stinks. Boo. I imagine if we're getting character chapters, maybe we'll get a chapter that like goes into his psyche a little bit more. But man, man. Sometimes I just want to punch people. Yep. Yep. Sometimes just like this is awful. This is terrible. My eyes keep snapping to the doorway. It's empty, of course. What am I waiting for? Even if she showed up, what would she do? Mug him in front of everyone? That would be really funny. Hey, stop thinking that. Maybe he really did forget. Who knows? I really shouldn't be upset. It's not that much. You could do grocery shopping with that, but it's not the end of the world. I'm not exactly starving. Lately, I've been eating too much junk anyways. Yeah, maybe if I eat less of this stuff, my skin will clear up. That'd be nice. Asa, you don't use makeup at all, right? No, I don't. We're not allowed to, though. What are you saying? They allowed it last year. Really? I was gonna send you home for it. Oh, that's good, I guess. These girls rarely talk to me. They're usually pretty nice, though. At least when they're not joking along with the guys. I think one of them likes Vadim. She laughs a lot whenever he says anything to me. I suppose we have very different senses of humor. But you've never tried it before, yeah? Makeup? No, never. Seriously? You're like 15 already. 14. Same thing. Okay, so we're 15, 14. We're around there. Same thing. You gotta learn to do it at some point. Especially with that complexion. I'm not really... Hey, how about we help you out? Huh? Yeah. Just some light makeup. You'll see what it's like. I don't know. Come on, it's gonna be fun. Yeah, you're gonna love it. Alright, but... Hey, come here then. I don't think people do unpleasant things on purpose. Nobody wakes up in the morning with a goal to make somebody feel bad. I really believe that. If someone is doing something hurtful, they don't fully understand it. So I shouldn't wish bad things on people who don't really know they're being mean. I shouldn't wish for Ira to appear and interrupt them, or to scream at them, or to punish them, or anything. I can still hear everyone laughing as I run to the corridor. I'm covering my face. I don't need any teachers seeing me like this. At least the toilet's close, so I can wash off this mess quickly. I should stop falling for these pranks, but yeah. Yeah, aw. Bump. Sorry. I lifted up my face without thinking. Oh no. The hell? Ida jerks away from me. I can't blame her. I must look like an insane person. Yeah, I look awful. God, I can't handle looking at her. I can't handle her looking at me like that. I'm sorry. Huh? I run past her. Run. I just need to get to the restroom. I just need to wash it off. Aw. After about a month, reality has dawned on me. I keep telling myself that Ida's actions had nothing to do with me. She told me that much, and in no uncertain terms. She said that, and I kept repeating it again and again and again and again. But I didn't believe it. On some level, I still held on to the faint hope that Ida pitied me, that she cared about me for God knows what reason. Aw. No, really, what was the reason? Her lashing out at a classmate she found annoying, one who just so happened to make fun of me. Her not joining in. Her telling me she liked my writings. She didn't even say that much. She just said they weren't stupid. Oi. Huh? 3 coins clink against my desk. 20, 20, 10. So he remembered. Oh, he did get around to it eventually. There. Thanks for the unforgettable night. Everyone erupts into snickers. Hey, you're a cheap deal. You free later? Very funny. Oh, please, Yurina, get a sense of humor. Your face is dragging down the class morale. That's right. You're doing us all a disservice. Thank your classmates for once. This sucks. This whole school sucks. I was gonna say, like, maybe part of his backstory is the idea that, like, maybe he's, maybe his home life is perhaps a little bit on the poorer side. But, like, you have to be rich anyway to be living here, right? Is what the game is saying. you have to be a little bit on the richer side anyway. So I was like, maybe his parents don't give him any allowance and stuff like that, so that's why he borrowed it. And that could still be the case, but also he's just kind of an asshole. He's just kind of an asshole, to be quite honest. I let myself believe something would change. I thought about it as if I deserved it. As if I didn't have it good enough before. As if my life had any real problems. I was just being greedy, plain and simple. Getting my hopes up over some silly coincidence. It's all so stupid. I can't help but laugh. But that's okay. I know better now. I was being ridiculous. It's shameful to admit it, but better late than never, right? I got a little too caught up in my own world. And hey, even if they didn't amount to anything, I can still appreciate those little encounters with Ida for what they were, brief but wonderful moments. I could reminisce fondly about the one time I lucked out and saw Garen all scared and confused. And that one time somebody gave my work a compliment, backhanded as it was. I could do that because everybody does that. Everyone has those little things that they look back on with a smile. It's beautiful in its own way, is it not? Huh. When we got to the opening little ramble there, I thought it was good. But also I thought for sure that like maybe like this was a side character saying it to the main character, and the main character would be more like I didn't think that she would be like so in her head. I think the idea was that I thought she would listen to somebody else saying that to her and she'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Can you shut up? I thought she would be like that, but no, she very much lives for overthinking and this type of thing. It's more so Ida who would probably be like, what the fuck are you talking about? What? Our whole lives are a series of episodes, both good and bad. It doesn't matter if they grow into a bigger story, because each moment has a lot of merit on its own, rather. It's something I should learn to be content with. It's something I've been perfectly content with until now. To be honest, I expected it. She seems like the type to be very internal. Interesting. So, I mean, she definitely seems like the type to be internal. I thought that she would be more of the strong, silent type from the 2 or 3 promotional artwork that I had saw. But definitely not a disaster. Not a disaster. I wasn't expecting this. So, until I decided what I had wasn't enough. Speaking objectively, what is there to complain about? No, seriously. I live in the prettiest part of our vast country. I have a comfortable roof over my head and even my own room. I have 2 living parents. I have wonderful hobbies to enjoy, paper to write on, books to read, TV to watch. I buy myself treats almost every day after I'm done with school. I have good grades and teachers tell me I have great potential. My classmates also recognize how studious I am. I help them with their studies when they ask me to. That's right. I've got classmates that I can always talk to. Guys I can laugh along with, even if their jokes don't always land. Even if my sense of humor isn't the best. All of this. I have all of this. Right here, right now. Everything that a girl my age could ever ask for. So why did I act like as if that weren't enough? Sorry, it went, what was it? Sorry, it skipped forward it kind of auto-scrolled there. Log? So why the hell did I even? There we go, and it cut off. Okay, gotcha. You idiot! What? Why the hell do you always go along with some bullshit? I'm so... Ida looks as if she's going to slap me, but instead she swings her boot against a snow hill. She then turns to me and starts roughly swiping clumps of snow stuck to my coat. My whole body feels slightly numb. When I start to speak, my voice comes out weaker than expected. Ida? How did you know I was here? It doesn't matter. I heard that asshole Garen giggling about it. Can you stand? Yeah. I clumsily get up. My limbs feel rigid. I know you shouldn't sit on concrete when it's cold. I wouldn't normally. but there was nowhere else to sit near the school's back entrance, and my legs were starting to get tired. I half-heartedly shake the snow off my skirt and tights. The flakes fall gently on the ground below. I look at Ida. Her face is... The word concern flashed in my head, but I've already learned that I'm no good at judgments like that. Yeah. I shouldn't be presumptuous. It's a bad habit of mine. I shouldn't flatter myself. I shouldn't, but the question escapes me before I even manage to cut myself short. So why are you here? What do you mean, why? I told you, Garen was bragging about slipping you that stupid letter. No, that's not what I'm talking about. Well, this doesn't have anything to do with you, does it? As soon as I say that out loud, I realize I messed up. I really did. Now she's going to punch me. Ida's going to punch me for real. She's going to punch me and then never speak to me again. I don't even say sorry, I just brace myself for the incoming blow. Physical, verbal, I don't care. I've earned it. No, not really. It doesn't concern me at all. It's just annoying. Is that so? Yeah. He pisses me off. And you piss me off too. I don't freaking get you. You knew it wasn't real. There's no way you believe that, right? Right? I didn't believe it. I'm not that stupid. Okay, so like a love letter essentially that says, "Come and meet me after school. I have something to tell you. I love you so much." Essentially, that sort of thing. I'm not that stupid. I looked down at the moist and crumpled letter I forgot I was still holding. It's the oldest trick in the book. A love letter prank. Really? Who would fall for that? I stare at that shriveled up piece of paper, and something about its whole existence feels extremely sad to me. You want to burn it? Huh? I have matches. Oh. No, thanks. It's wet anyway. I folded the letter and shove it in my pocket. It will get damp inside, but I don't care. I can't throw it away. A fake confession is still a confession in the end. It's kind of Delulu is what it's giving. It's kind of Delulu. That's what that says. Come on, Azia, please. Those words didn't choose to be written insincerely. It's okay. Even if this world isn't real, I met Ida today. Ida came. After all these weeks of praying, Ida came. Thank you. You know, if Ida was any nicer to the main protagonist, honestly, like right off the get-go, I would say, with the way that the main character is acting, I would say that Ida honestly isn't even real, right? I would say Ida is kind of a figment of the main character's imagination. That's what I would say. But at this point, definitely not, because other people have talked about her, but more importantly, because she's been avoiding her this entire time. Like, she hasn't even shown like, oh hey, like suddenly I'm so interested in you, you know? Huh? I smile at her. Even after I said I had come to terms with it. No, right as I was saying it to you, to myself, to the world, I knew that I was lying. I couldn't throw away that last dumb scrap of hope I had. That small involuntary thought that crept into my mind whenever I felt slightly lonelier than usual. Even if it took so long, she finally came. I didn't do anything, really. Flustered. Ida's flustered. Is she really flustered? Really? That's cute. That's just so cute. Huh? What's with you? Right. I'm grinning like an idiot. Sorry. I'm fine. Whatever. I'm going home. What? Already? Ida gives me a quick once-over. You. Take care. Yeah, okay. She needs to respect herself more. She really does. She really does, but she's on a journey, hopefully on a journey to get there, because, she's starting from a very a very low place right now of self-respect. It's just kind of trying to come to terms with it of like, yeah, and like, because like, don't you have family members that say that sometimes? At least when I was younger, they would say that to me. Is like, what do you have to complain about? You have a roof over your head. You have, you know, you have this, that, and the other, right? And they weren't saying it in a bad way. They were more so saying it for, in the context of like, oh, I don't want to do this. Like me when I'm being lazy, right? And I was like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to, it's like, that sort of thing. But then that's something that stays with you and then gets applied to like other instances in life where it really shouldn't be applied, right? Like school or anything like that. So, yeah, okay. But bye-bye. We waved at each other and I watched her disappear behind the corner. I hesitate. Maybe I shouldn't. It feels like there's still so much I want to say to her. I don't know what or why, but I just know that it's a lot. I turn and walk a couple of steps in the direction of my home. No, change my mind. I run back. Crap, my legs are still so stiff. I turn the corner Ida passed not even a minute ago, and she's already gone. I sigh. The snow here isn't deep enough to leave clear footprints. Not that I'd be desperate enough to follow. Why does she always have to leave in such a rush? Okay, so that was not the experience of seeing her for the last time, though. It's okay. My life didn't exactly change. I went to school the same way. I sat through the lessons and went to the store, then to the library or for a walk, and then, when it got dark, I headed home. Day after day. Sometimes my classmates joked around with me. Whenever that happened, my thoughts involuntarily drifted to Ira. She still attended classes, albeit irregularly. She always vanished during breaks. I don't know where to, but I wouldn't dare ask. Again, it's repeating the same dialogue. Something told me she'd say none of your business if I asked. And she'd be right. But even so, I kept imagining those scenarios in my head. Not just when I was being laughed at. I did it when I was walking home from school, or to the store, or just wandering the streets killing time. I kept thinking about how funny it would be if I bumped into Ida. I thought how interesting it would be if we talked. I even tried to stay out longer. I started taking new routes. And as naive as it was to behave that way, I kept doing it. Again and again. Walking and walking. Praying and praying. Do you assholes ever shut up? Huh? Ugh, this bitch. Nobody saw Ida enter the class. Everyone was too busy whistling and laughing. And she caught me in a really dumb pose. Well, that's on me. I wouldn't have chosen Dare if she'd seen me like that. Though choosing truth when playing with these guys, I'm not sure what's worse. Oh well. I'm saying all this, but I got what was coming to me. I chose to embarrass myself, and as I did so, I kept begging, wishing as hard as I could for Ida to appear. And so she did. And now, despite the overwhelming shame, I feel so happy that I might explode. Ida walks to her desk, barely paying me a passing glance. All the boys skirt out of her way, only Garen didn't. Move. Nah. What's the rush? Come play with us too. Huh? Dude, you serious? Come on. Have some fun for a change. Look, Shibina's having fun. Right, Shibina? Please don't look. Yes. See? Ida doesn't flinch. Out of my way. Or what, you gonna throw a chair at me? To everyone's surprise, Ida calmly puts her bag on the nearest desk. She starts digging through it without saying a word. Garen lets out an awkward chuckle. Man, you're gonna die. Garen, you're gonna die. You gotta watch your tone, man. What the hell? What, got a grenade in there or something? She looks at him. Huh? What it- Swish. Whoa! Garen jumps back, bumping into another student. What the fuck? Everyone shifts away. What was that? Huh? What the hell? You... Holy shit. Holy shit. Something similarly shines in Ida's hand. It's the circle thing. The circle thing. I know my maths. It's a bow compass. Yeah, there we go. Is that... You serious? She doesn't say anything. The room fills with low murmurs that quickly turn into jeers. Psycho, nutcase, crazy bitch. Ida lowers the compass and makes her way to her desk, looking unbothered. It's just like the last time. Ida saves me without acknowledging my existence. Maybe some onlookers, no, most people will think she didn't plan on helping me at all. And that's what I'm inclined to think as well. Yet, my unreasonable heart is still elated. And I'm getting some really silly thoughts. I'm gonna be honest, from this one, the last 2 times it seems like she was saving you specifically. This one time, it seems like she was just like, out of my way, bitch. Like, I'm tired of you. Like, I'm tired of you. So maybe it wasn't necessarily you. Although, you know, who's to say? Her deadpan scare is so scary, but it's so cool though, isn't it? I think it's kind of cool. I think it's kind of nice, at the very least. I wonder, it's been such a long time since I saw it. I don't remember what the Vocaloid songs that I had seen by this person. I don't remember what they were about. I think it was about like an alien coming to Earth or something like that. They have a story. It's kind of like a story thing. Maybe I'll post one here at the end of stream, because it's like I vaguely remember it, but I can't really remember it because there was like a whole bunch of lore that it was just like, how are you people getting this? I'm not like a theory person, so whether it was in the video or not, I remember looking at the comments and like reading all the comments, and I'm like, how are you people getting this? Like I was just vibing and like vibing along with the artwork and the story and what I saw of it, but for some people they're really into that sort of thing, so. We can have a little concert. Yeah. Yeah. I don't remember. Actually, I don't know if it would be a good idea. I'd probably just like post a link and probably dip just to see the original thing. It was like, I don't know if I want to react to it on stream, but I would love to remember like what it was about, because it's been so long. Again, it's been years and years since I saw that, you know? I thought that was a box cutter. I also thought as well that she would pull out a box cutter. She was more creative than that. She was a lot more creative. Yet my unreasonable heart is still elated, and I'm getting some really silly thoughts. The 2 times when Ida lashed out at Garen were the 2 times she saw him laughing at my expense. That can't be a coincidence, right? Of course it can. It was only 2 times. 2 times in 2 weeks apart. Oh, was this not... Two, I mean... The 3 times. This is the 3rd time, right? First was with the chair, and then second was when he gave you a love letter, and then 3rd is now. You'd be an idiot to think otherwise. Yes, I guess you're right. It's the only logical train of thought. I should agree. I would agree. If only... I didn't do anything, really. If only Ida didn't show up that day. It's been 2 weeks since then, and I haven't stopped replaying that moment in my mind. Over and over and over and over and over. I didn't get sad about Ida ignoring me at school or anywhere anymore. Because in that moment, I got all the justification I could ask for. It was everything I could have hoped for. But I'm still a very greedy person. It's still not good enough. I still keep looking for her when I'm out. It's almost ridiculous how hard it could be to catch a person in a town this small. So at some point, I started to wonder. I saw my classmates regularly out and about, strolling along the main street, at the courtyards, at the community center, at the store, at the cafe. They weren't hard to run into. But it was as if Ida spent all her free time at home. Which could be the case, but it didn't sound like something she would do. From what I heard and could assume, she didn't have the best relationship with her parents, spending hours on end in a home like that every day. No, I really doubt that. The other more probable option was that she preferred the outskirts. Maybe she just didn't want to be bothered. That sounded like her. Well... Despite being that highly likely, Despite that being highly likely, I was hoping to do just that, to bother the heck out of her. Interesting. It's not a good thing that, you know, you're essentially trying to stalk her. I get that she's not communicative during school. It's not a good thing that you're trying to do this, but again, the main character's not in a good place right now, so here we are. I felt almost brave about it. Ida could totally get pissed. She could push me away. She could even attack me. Oh. But for some reason, I didn't think that she would. My breath halted. Oh. Hey. Hi. The vents near the research institute expel hot air. Nobody really goes there aside from the staff coming out for a smoke. I never ran into any, but the ground here is littered with cigarette butts, so it's a safe bet in my books. Why is Ida here of all places? Again? How many times can you buy into stupid pranks? They seriously sent you all the way here? What? No. I didn't get any letters after that. I'm just taking a stroll. A stroll? Here. Yes. Okay. Ida gives me an incredulous look. Do you, like, smoke? No, I don't. Why? It's a smoking area. Yes. I know that. You want to try then? What? Smoking? Mm-hmm. No, thank you. Okay. She shrugs. But awkward start. I can't let it end here. I need to just... And what about you, Ida? What about me? Why are you here? Were you at the institute? Yeah. Something like that. Something like that? My mom works here. She forgets her lunch sometimes. Oh. Oh! You bring her lunch? That's what I said. That's so sweet! Huh? I mean, it's really nice that you look out for your mom. It's whatever. It's not. I know it's not. With all that I've heard about her family, the fact that she still goes out of her way like that, it's really amazing. The thought of doing something like that for my parents has never crossed my mind. I mean, if I were told to deliver something, I would. But Ira's different. She wouldn't do something just because she was ordered to. She'd have to really care about it. Crap. I mean, you don't know that. Parents are the people who are putting a roof over your head, so that's a little different. That's a little different. You don't know that for sure. Bonding over lung cancer. What's a better way to bond, to be quite honest, than hacking up a storm and being like, yay, yay. At this time it would have been very, very accepted, so I guess nowadays it's more like vaping, right? Which vaping still isn't good. Vaping still isn't good, but crap. That proves it. Ida and I weren't cut from the same cloth. When I spend my days looking for excuses to stave off the minute I have to come home, Ida is cooking, packing lunch, and carrying it to the edge of town. That goes against everything I've heard, but it makes so much sense. That's why I never see her on the street. That's why she doesn't have time to sit at the cafe. That's why she doesn't idle away at the community center. That's why she's such a caring person. That's why I'm such a piece of trash. No. Oh my gosh. Jump scare? She only said that her mom forgets her lunch sometimes. Lunches are prepared in advance. It doesn't take long to get to the institute, even if you walk from the other side of town. Yes, that's true. She'd have plenty of spare time. This doesn't work. This explanation doesn't work. What's going on? Ida walks back into the building. So you just stood there? And she just walked away? Huh. Do I really need an explanation? It's none of my business. I'm not so delusional as to believe we're close enough to share something like that. That'd be nice, but it's not how things work. Things work like this. When Ida's in the room, Garen doesn't talk to me as much. When she isn't, I wish she would be. Your friend's not here today. Who? What do you think? Oh, she's not really my friend. Your pitbull, then. Pitbull? Hey, that's spot on. You can't make a harmless joke around that chick without her throwing a conipichan fit. I don't know what that is. It's annoying as shit. They think we're friends. Well, not really. But looks like they've picked up on it. On Ida reacting to me as being used as a laughingstock. So it wasn't just me. It's not just my wishful thinking. That's nice to hear. Even if I still don't know for sure. It's the most comforting thing that I've heard out of Garen's mouth to date. At least she barely knows us. Yeah, they probably kick her out before New Year's with that attendance record. Good riddance. That's right. Ida can't possibly be meeting the minimal attendance requirements. I don't know about her grades, but... Wait, I don't think they can expel her. Huh? Why not? We're the only school in town. Where else is she gonna go? What? We're what? The only school in town? Well then yeah, we don't... She's definitely gonna continue regardless. She might get held back a grade, but she's definitely gonna continue regardless. What the hell? Okay, a very, very, very small town. When I think 600, I think 600 is a lot of people, so I don't know how small that is on a general scale. But yeah, very, very small town. What the hell? Imagine trying to aim to be a teacher and you can't get employed here. It's like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do then? Hold on, let me take a sip of my tea here. Alrighty. I guess that's just it's just that small of a town. Yeah. It's like, I really don't have any perspective for this, obviously. Obviously, if you only have one school to go to, one middle school essentially to go to. We're the only school in town. Where else is she gonna go? Ah, damn. Good point. Phew. Well, her parents can just send her away. You mean to another town? Yeah. To a relative or something. What? No. Oh man, now that you say that. Everyone pretend to be surprised when that happens. No. No, no, no. I hate how they're right. I hate that I can see that happening. Everyone talks about it. How Ida's a nuisance to her household. It's been like that for a long time. But still, she forgets her lunch sometimes. That can't happen! No! It can't! It's not fair! It's not fair! They can't just send her away. She can't go. She's so nice. She cares. She does. And not just for me, but for her family. Why would they send her away? That's just too cruel. They can't do that. If they do, then it will all be over. If they do, then I won't. We just started. I don't know what. I can't even call it talking. I don't even know what it is, but it doesn't matter. Even if she just tolerates me, even if she doesn't want anything to do with me, I don't care. Is it possible then that her parents reported her? No. Her parents, I was gonna say, like, her parents reported her missing. They saw her go to school that morning and she didn't show up, so they reported her missing. But I was gonna say, like, maybe it's possible that she didn't deliver the lunch the day before and that's why they reported her missing. But no, they still saw her that night and that morning, so I don't know. It makes me think that it's something home related, because that's like really weird. It's really weird. Even if she just tolerates me, even if she doesn't want anything to do with me, I don't care. This can't happen. This physically cannot happen. I raised my head and looked through the window. The snow is falling lightly on the yard. The dark pine branches sway under its weight. The long gray clouds glide placidly through the tundra, across the tundra rather, far past the fences, past the mountain ridge, so far away that I can't picture it, so far away that my mind circles twice around the earth and comes back to the spot I'm sitting in. This world is way too gentle. It's been too kind to an ungrateful brat like me. So I've earned this world's good graces. Why can't a person so much more deserving do the same? And why can't it just not be time for ads? Why? Why does it have to be time for ads? Also, thank you so much for that hydrate. I will do so during break here. It is time for the second break of the stream. Let me go over to Burb screen. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm just like really locked in to the vibes of the story so far. It's really, really good. I don't know if it's gonna inevitably be a mystery thing. It does feel weird that Marina showed up and was like, you can't talk about that here because... And then we got flashbacks. And then we got flashbacks instead. So, but I know another thing I know about this game technically is that it has an overwhelmingly positive on Steam. It is so well regarded. Like, people really love this game, the people who have played it. So, ultimately, I know wherever the story is going is wherever the story is going, but still, it's like, man, what is happening? What is happening right now? I'm very locked in. I want to see more of it. If you are here, stretch, get some water, all the good stuff. It's time for a break. I will be right back in about 3 minutes, and we might end a little bit early today. We might keep this as a shorter stream just for the beginning here. So maybe like a 30 more minutes or so, 30 or 40 more minutes. But yes, I will be back in 3 minutes. See you then. Alrighty, I am back. Honestly, I'm not getting the mystery vibes from this. It's just a lot of drama. Good drama, but not mystery. Yeah, I can see that. I don't know, like, there is mystery in the drama, right? Like, what happened to her, ultimately, I think. So in that sense, it's like a mystery. This song especially is giving, like, big mystery vibes, essentially. But, like, in terms of, like, a full-on mystery, like, who done it? Who done it? I don't know if that's, you know, really the focus. The focus is on the characters that we do know and, like, what ultimately was happening. So I can agree with that. I can agree with that on some level, essentially. Then we go over back to game screen. And then continuing. Yeah. And am I tabbed in? I am. Okay, there we go. So if I've earned this world's good graces, why can't a person so much more deserving do the same? What does a person like that have to do? What does a person like that have to do? And is there anything that I can do? A bird flies past the window. Ida. What? I'm really using up all of my luck these days. Ida sits smoking in the girls' bathroom, just like she did when I first talked to her. Some snowflakes blow into the room and stick to her hair. It's gotten colder. Maybe you shouldn't sit so close. I know you don't like going to classes much, but you can really get kicked out like that. Is that why you came here? To tell me that? I know that. I'm not stupid. I don't think you are. Do you just really not care? Everyone says you'll get sent away. That your parents will send you to live with a relative. Is that true? Probably, yeah. Of course it's true. I knew that it was true when I asked the question. Maybe if you just cleaned up, if you just stop skipping now, then maybe you won't have to go. And if you're having a hard time with studies, I can help. We can go to the library or something and then... There's 1 month left. It's not going to work. I get it. My voice is shaking. It's better than if I keep staring at my shoes. It's okay. Thank you for the welcome back. Thank you. It's okay. It's about what I expected. Of course, I knew it's pointless to cram at this point. It was just an excuse. A selfish ploy to get some scraps of Ida's time before she goes. I wondered, did I do the same when Tosia moved away? It's only been 3 years. But now that I think back to it, it's all so hazy. I was a very different person then, I'm sure. At least, I probably didn't humiliate myself like this. Hey. Thanks. No, I didn't do anything. It was just a dumb suggestion. It was nice of you. Haha, nice. Right. She doesn't know. She thinks I'm doing this out of the kindness of my heart. It's just not fair. She really is too good of a person. Are you not going to the toilet? Oh, actually, since you're here, have you seen anyone hiding a diary nearby? Diary? Yes, you know, the one we used for classes? Maybe you've seen it somewhere like that lying around? Ira's expression darkens. Don't worry, we were just playing a game. I think the guys got a little carried away. I've checked the whole class in the corridors. It's probably somewhere really obvious, but I'm just no good with that kind of stuff. When I hid Igor's pencil case, they found it right away. She throws the cigarette butt out of the window and hops off the windowsill. Without saying a word, Ida storms past me, but I grab onto the edge of her dress just as she's about to leave. Wait, I said it's fine. We're just playing a game, really. Please, don't get into more trouble because of me. I wasn't going to. Huh? I have an idea where it is. It was Garen, right? No, Shurikov. Same difference. Same thing. They're the same living, breathing blob entity. She walks out of the corridor. I tag behind. I'm not sure what place Ida has in mind, but it becomes immediately clear when she takes a sharp turn to the right. The boys' bathroom? Wait, Siri? She swings open the door to the boys' restroom and loudly marches in. Ugh! Some poor guy stumbles out, almost colliding with me. Sorry! We're sorry! He turns and shakes his head at me in disbelief. I mean, what's there to say? I follow Ida to the bathroom. The smell is so much worse in this one. I look around and see Ida's hand reaching above one of the stalls. There it is. My diary. Right next to the tiny window at the top. Okay, at least they didn't put it in the toilet. I thought that they might. I thought that they might, to be honest. Ida steps from the toilet bowl. Please, be careful. I'm fine. She grabs onto the flush tank secured way above. Then, using it as an anchor, she reaches for the windowsill. Catch. Pop. I clasp the diary in my hands. It's really been there all along. I look up at Ida, who's now awkwardly trying to get down. Wow, thank you. Yeah. But... Bam! Ida almost loses her balance, but jumps just in time. The bowl makes a loud clang as she hops off. Whoa. Are you okay? Yeah. Let's get out of here. You think it's broken? Don't know. I didn't see anything. I didn't see shit, so whatever. Don't start a forest fire. Put out that cigarette properly. True! I mean, I guess there's snow on the ground, so maybe that's why she's thinking it's probably, it's probably gonna be okay. It'll probably be fine. Huh? But... why would I be in the men's toilet? Gross. Ah, I see. Thank you again. Thank you again. But in order to say, like, hey, I found it, you would have to admit to being in the men's restroom, which is not a good look. It's not a good look. Thank you again. Mm-hmm. How did you know I would be in the boys' room? You think Shurik would go to the ladies' room? No. I suspected they put it there. I just didn't have the courage to enter. You can't keep doing this. I know. I should have checked there from the start, instead of running around the whole school like a... No. You can't keep going along with it. It was just a game. It wasn't. No, really. We were just playing around. Bullshit. You know damn well what they're doing. They're not your friends. I never said that they were. Then why don't you just tell them to piss off? For once in your life. I can't... You like being a victim that much? It won't get any better if you keep doing this. It'll only get worse. It's not that bad, and I wouldn't be... I can't. I can't just say something like that to them. I'm sorry. Why the hell not? Well, it wouldn't be right, and... For the love of... It's not like I've never tried before, but when I say something, they just make fun of me, and nothing changes. So freaking what? Who cares what they say? Just don't bother with them. I'm not like you. I can't just do that. I can't just act like I don't care when everyone's laughing. I can't look people in the eye like that. And when I go along with it, at least they talk to me. And I know you're okay on your own, but I... So what's your plan? Huh? That's it? You're gonna spend the next 3 years like that? Seriously. She exhales sharply. She doesn't even look annoyed anymore. I get that. I'm also disappointed in myself. Asya. Yes? You know I'm leaving soon. That's right. I understand what she is getting at. The unspoken rule Garen and his friends have been sticking to, holding themselves back when Ida's around. The real cowardly reason I'm so terrified of her going away. I don't know what to do. Why can't I stop? The hand she is dealt is much worse than mine. But here I am, whining and clinging to her like a leech. I should be the one helping. I should be the one telling Ida to get her act together. And yet, I can't think of a single thing to give her. Write me a poem. Huh? A poem. Why? What kind of question is that? Because I like them. Oh, really? You like them? You like my poems? Why else would I ask? Thank you very much. I mean, yes, of course. I'll write one. Do you want it to be about something, or maybe like in a specific meter? I don't care. Anything. Alright, I'll think of something then. I'll try. Yeah, you do that. Ira checks her wristwatch. These two are kind of cute together. Yeah, I could see it. I like when Ira is blushing, because you don't expect it. You don't expect it. It is kind of nice, they're dynamic, but now we know that Ira goes missing and, like, I don't know, she's probably dead by the end of it. She's probably dead. It's gonna be sad. It's gonna be sad. Something about it's gonna be sad. I gotta go. See you around, I guess. Already. Yeah, alright. See you around. She waves her hand and leaves. I watch her walking down the empty corridor. Empty. I really stayed in school for way too long. The shadows stretch along the hallway, tall and dark. My heart is pounding. I should get going too. Oh, it's way late. You've been looking for this for hours. What the hell? My life didn't exactly change. I went to school the same way. I sat through lessons, then went to the store, then to the library for a walk, and then when it got dark, I headed home, day after day. Sometimes my classmates joked around with me. Whenever that happened, my thoughts involuntarily drifted to Ida. She still attended classes. She vanished during breaks. I never asked where to. I kept imagining scenarios in my head, not just when I was being laughed at. I did it when I was walking home from school or to the store, just wandering the streets, killing time. It's interesting, like, her life is not changing, but, like, at this point, it should be. It should be. You should try and stand up for yourself a little bit. I kept thinking about how funny it would be if I bumped into Ida. I thought about how interesting it would be if we talked. I even tried to stay out longer. I started taking new routes. And as naive as it was to behave that way, I kept doing it. Ida! Hi! What are you doing here? Ida points to her cigarette. Oh no, I mean... What are you doing here at the center? Came to return some books. Oh, so you go to the library. What are you reading? Stuff. You don't want to say? You won't like it. Huh? Why not? Ida looks like she's really weighing down the pros and cons of exposing her taste in literature. Did she really read something she shouldn't? Maybe she thinks it's too dark or crass for someone like me. It's kind of unfair though, isn't it? You know, the other week I finished The Plague. Just like bringing it up in casual conversation. Yeah, Vicamus. Never read it. It's about a physician who tries to save a town from an epidemic. It's very visceral. Yeah, but I enjoyed it a lot. I remember reading The Plague. Was it in middle school? I think it was in high school. I just read it just out of curiosity. I guess because there is a Vocaloid song. There's a Vocaloid song called Rats Have Died. It's I think it's pretty famous at this point. Even if it's still generally underground, it's a very old Vocaloid song that is loosely based off of The Plague. And I was like, I want to know more about it. And so I read it. And it was so difficult to read. It was so difficult to read, man. I read it during a very difficult time in my life, though. So I remember like trying to read it and trying to parse it and just being like, man, I wish I could, but I just couldn't do it. But it sticks with me as like, oh, this is something to put my mind to. This is something to put my mind to, essentially. But but I enjoyed it a lot. Not sure if I agree with the message, though.
Yeah? What was it?
It was, basically that evil is an inherent part of life. You can try warding it off, but it will never be for good. And even if you do things in times of crisis, there will always be some greater force spiking your guns.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Huh?
I guess there are some okay people in the world, but there's a lot more dirtbags.
Really? That's a pretty depressing way to look at it.
That's how it is.
I don't know if I agree. At least I've never met someone that I'd call a dirtbag.
You serious? Garen's right there.
Garen? Well, he's not that bad.
Uh-huh.
Him.
Uh-huh.
Really, I don't think he means it. I'm really sure everyone is trying their best they can. Most people wouldn't cause anyone pain, right? I actually, I think it's something Camus and I agree on.
Huh. Yeah, right. If everyone's so nice, where's all that greater evil coming from? You think it's some natural phenomenon?
No, of course not. There really are things we perceive as painful in the moment, and there are some really horrible, awful things happening every day, but I don't think it's right to call them evil. Evil's intentional. Those are things that come from bad intentions.
Dirtbag, I've been summoned. No, Chu, what are you talking about? Mods, ban the Shatter for being mean to himself. Ban the Shatter for being mean to himself and spreading lies and false information in chat. Don't actually do it though. Hello, Chu. Hello. I hope you've been doing well. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. We are here today. We're playing some. We're generally about to wrap up within like maybe 20 minutes here or so. But we're playing some Z.A.T.O. I love the world and everything in it. And this is a very interesting conversation because the idea is like, are people inherently good? It's more of a philosophy thing. There's no correct answer. I relate to Azia heavily in believing like all people are inherently good, and like I don't believe in like really evil for like the longest time, but like I don't know. I don't know. Last few years, like maybe 3 years, have been testing my patience. Or maybe longer than that, honestly. The last few years have been testing my patience in that sort of theory. I still generally think I believe it. It's just, man, the dumb shit that people can spin. The dumb shit that people could just spin and it just use that to verify ways to hurt people is awful. It is just straight awful.
Those things don't come from bad intentions. Sadness, loneliness, misunderstanding, fear, but not evil. There was this famous judge, Dionysius something, from ancient Greece, I think? Anyway, he said evil is not a being. For if it were, it wouldn't totally be evil. Evil has no place among beings.
Okay. Okay. What does this have to do with me? All liars on the internet shall be banned. All of them. Just all of them shall be banned forever. It's gonna be like, all right, dirtbags, but you beat me to being me. And I was like, so I thought that would be the second response. No. Okay. Very cool, bro. We can see how Ira would respond to playing an Uchikoshi game. Just like all these paragraphs upon paragraphs of reading text about like waxing philosophy and like, what does this mean? And Ira just being like, okay, sure, whatever. So Hitler's not evil. Yeah, that's where it comes back to, doesn't it? That's where it comes back to. I love the sound effect, man. What the hell? The dun. Okay.
That's rather an extreme example, but it's not like he was born that way, was he? I mean, it wasn't his natural quality, I don't think.
So, the point still stands. He grew up and became evil as hell. Yeah, pretty much. Evil exists, it's freaking everywhere. Just because there is a reason for it doesn't make it better.
Of course not. I just don't like where it's being described as something omnipresent.
Omni what?
It's like, it doesn't matter. What I'm trying to say is, we aren't born with some evil force inside us. I doubt the universe is any different.
What? The universe ain't a person. Of course it's different. Well, yes, it's not. I know that. But it's a kind of being, right? I mean, since every being is pure by default, so is the universe. The OG vibe. Did you see in Silent Hill, the newest Silent Hill game with Hinako, Silent Hill, the one with a girl, and they just have the stocks like Vine boom sound effect in the game during a very serious scene, and it's just like the way that it just takes people out. It took me out when I saw that. I saw somebody stream the game. It took me out when I saw that, man. Like, what the hell? The way that they're just like, yeah, stock library, let's freaking go. All right, what can we use here? I know, I got the perfect idea. I guess they were just never on Vine, so they don't know. They just didn't know, and now it's ruined that one scene forever. It's ruined everything forever because it's just there. Silent Hill F, yeah, Silent Hill F. Yeah, I don't think I saw that part. I think it happens on every route. It just happens pretty late into the route, so it might be that you might not have noticed it as well. I've seen the game, but I don't remember that. I don't think I've seen that scene. Yeah, it's pretty subtle. I feel like it helped that the streamer that I watched immediately recognized it and was like, "What the fuck?" And everyone in chat immediately recognized it and was like, "What the hell?" But once you hear it, you can't unhear it. It's just like, it's so unserious. Silent Hill F is a good game, by the way. It's written by the same person who wrote Higurashi and Mineko. It's a good game. I have some things where it's like, I think this could be better. This could be even better, but it's a very, very good game. And I'm sad to see it. Ultimately, it was like, it got into like controversy and like a bunch of different things. And I feel like it didn't get as much love as it deserved ultimately. But I guess it depends. Depends on who you ask. So. I mean, every being is pure by default, so is the universe. Hold on, let me take a sip of water here. And my voice is still dying. My voice is still dying. Like I said, I've been talking quite a bit today, so probably like only like, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes maybe to the end of the scene. So not a whole lot, but still. Vine boom. Good game, good game. The end. Good end. The end. Yay! The story is actually really good. Yeah. You got the usual, it's not Silent Hill. Where's my sad male character looking for his wife? Come on, where's my James Sunderland? It is sad. It is it's not a conversation, like a full in-depth conversation that I'm equipped to have, I don't think, but like it is genuinely sad, the state that we've come to. Again, this is kind of what I'm talking about, where it's like I believe people are inherently good, but also these last years have been testing my patience, man. It's gotten to the point where it's just like gamers will they're just a certain set of people that will react negatively just because there's a woman in a game. And it's just like, how are you doing this? How are you doing this? Like, I get on the one hand, there are just trolls. Like, there are just trolls. Like, they don't actually believe this stuff, but especially because Twitter now has the blue check mark and you can be incentivized to say just like the most rancid shit and make money off of it, right? So that's part of it, unfortunately. But the others are just like people who genuinely believe this, and it's just like, man, you're just depriving yourself of a good story. You're just depriving yourself of a good story because women. And it's like, man, why? People just have too strict standards. Yeah, it's really sad. It's just like certain criteria where it's like, it must be about this, and otherwise it's just it's appealing to a certain audience. And it's like, games are for everyone. It's okay if you say like, it doesn't really look like it's my thing, but to be like really angry about it is weird. At a certain point, I just stopped looking at reviews and public perception of games. I always reserve my own opinion for those of my close friends. Yeah, I think that's the best thing. The games have gotten to a certain point where it's just like, you gotta get off the internet, man. You gotta ultimately share your full thoughts with your close friends, because at a certain point, it's
Some people can be really weird about it. Unfortunately, I'm a streamer, so I don't get to do that. You're getting my full live reaction to everything right the fuck now. I don't really get that. But if you're not a streamer, I can understand that. So because it's the idea in of itself, right? And I'm not making any sense, am I? You're not. Sorry. It's whatever. About what I expected. What does that mean? You're weird. You say weird things. For a second I feel a lump rising in my throat. But then I realize something. Ida doesn't look annoyed with me. In fact, it's like she's not repulsed by me at all. I don't really get it, but it must be nice being able to think that way. Like everyone's good deep down. Like nobody would ever hurt somebody on purpose. That's a sweet world you're living in. How do you do it? If I were you, I'd be angry as hell. Aren't you pretty angry already? Aren't you pretty angry already is an insane thing to say. Yes, yeah. What? I mean, yeah, but like, angrier. How do you get even angrier? Yeah, sure. That's an insane thing to say in response, though. I've been looking at reviews less and less. I just play games blind most of the time now. Yeah, it's like, if it looks interesting, just play it. Just play it, man. Just see what it's about. I love grass and sunshine and rain. It's fair enough. Less spoilers and better live reactions that way. That is true. That's why I like to go into these games as blind as possible. That's also why I can't, like... I mean, it wasn't on my list personally anyway. I don't think I would have played it. It doesn't seem like the thing for me personally, but it's also why I definitely can't play a game like Mixtape, right? Where it's just like the internet has gone to hell and back about Mixtape and everyone has said everything ever, and it's just like I've played the game at this point because everyone keeps freaking talking about it. It's just like, man, wish I had gotten the chance to experience it, but everyone had something to say about it. So it got caught up in like popular culture. So I can't experience the game anymore. Angrier. Oh, even angrier. Yes. I'd be 100 times as pissed. Scary. You bet. I imagine Ida throwing 100 chairs. 100 chairs flying towards 100 Garens. Chairs flying, bow compasses swinging. Ida is like a bodhisattva. Yes, I agree. I don't know. Dozens of hands, half are for holding furniture, half are for stationery. A halo of chairs and compasses. A halo drawn with a compass. Every new compass draws another halo. 100 times more compasses, 100 times more halos. Ida surrounded by 100 halos. I do like that this game like drops, every so often will drop like a Russian word, and it's just like, I don't know what the fuck that means, obviously. Like, I don't. But I like that it's kind of like, it's world building, so to speak, right? Ida surrounded by 100 halos. We talk for a little bit longer. Just some idle chatter while she finishes her smoke. I tell her about some of the books I've read recently. My impressions, my interpretations. I'm not exactly used to sharing those, so my thoughts come out sounding dumb and crumpled. She keeps listening, though. Every time I say something, I search Ira's face for signs of boredom. Maybe I'm just not looking hard enough, but I can't find anything of the sort. Same, I just want to at least try it. Yeah, I wanted to at least try it, but here we are. Here we are, unfortunately. So I guess that's why games like Death Come True can't be streamed. Possibly? I don't know anything about Death Come True, to be fair. I just think that's more of a, like, kind of like this game in the way that this game doesn't have a streaming restriction on it, but like as far as I know, otherwise, oopsie daisy. But like games like visual novels especially can be very like one ending, so to speak, and when that happens, they're like, please buy the game to experience the story, and you know, otherwise you get spoiled on the thing. Death Come True doesn't have it's more like Steins Gate, I guess. Steins Gate has a streamer band on it, but it's like they want people to experience the story and buy the game, so that's why it's there. I have like mixed feelings about it, because I definitely get it, especially for the case of visual novels. I understand. I get it. But it is kind of like a flip-flop thing. On the worst hand, though, you could get like swept up in drama, you know, as big as mixtape, and then at that point it's one for one. Like, well, this is exactly why ban restrictions are kind of helpful. I get that. Yeah, the devs specifically said they don't let people stream it because they don't want the plot to be publicly ruined. Yep, exactly. Death Come True is similar to the Steins Gate case. Yep, exactly. So, man, it sucks. It sucks all around. Maybe I'm just not looking hard enough, but I can't find anything of the sort. Ah, jeez. I feel so happy I might die. I gotta go. She puts out her cigarette bud. Oh, really? Yeah, plans. I understand. But, some of those novels sounded kinda interesting. I'll check them out if I don't forget. Really? Please let me know if you do. And, sorry for that stupid philosophy talk. Can you shut up with the freaking apologies? I just said thanks. Sorry. Ida gives me a look so threatening, I cut myself off. Right. I hope you enjoy them? She nods in approval. Phew. Oh, and the books I've read. They were, angelic. Angelique? Like the Angelique... Angelique. No, Angelique... Like the faith? Like the faith thing? Sorry, I don't know anything. Hold on. Angelique... Is this how you spell it, or am I crazy? Angelic... Like faith? Or am I crazy? No. No. No, it's not. This is not how you spell the angelic faith. Or am I misremembering what it's called? It probably has two spellings. Maybe it has two spellings. I don't know what I'm even searching for, to be honest. Is it a name? That's what it looks like to me. It's like it's spelled like a name. I'm like, are we talking about... No, it's Evan. No, it's Evan. This is how we know that Courie Cosmos does not know anything about religion. Hold on. It's Evan... Wait, is it evangelical? Or is it Evangelion? I don't know what it's called, actually. I don't know what it's called. Oops. Angelic. Huh? By Anne Gollin. Okay, that's the name of the book. There we go. Evangelical. Yes, that's also... There we go. That's what I was thinking of. Sorry. that was dumb of me. Oops. Hold on. Let's Angelique by Anne. Let's see if it's a real thing. Yes, it is. The Marquis of the Angels. Okay, there we go. I got it saved. I love book recommendations. I love book recommendations. So, everything goes back to Ava. The way that I remember it is not through any sort of like life experience or like knowing, being worldly about the world and its religions. No, the reason I remembered it was because of Evangelion. And I was like, yes, of course, the name. I remember now. I remember. So, we just had to wait one line. We did. We did. By Anne Gollin. Anne? Angelique? Angelic? I don't know. The romance series? It's historical. It's not just lovey-dovey stuff, you know. I know, my mom really liked them. They seem wonderful. I never got into reading them, and, I didn't really expect you to be into... They're fine. It's not like I'm a huge fan or anything. Baka? You're not? It's just that... If you want to read something historical or whatever, they're alright. Okay. I'll remember that. Ida looks like she's about to say something else, but then turns on her heels and stomps away. See you. Yeah, see you around. Ida disappears down the street. There she goes again. My body leans against the frigid wall. My legs are weak. We talked. Ida and I really talked. I never would have guessed. It was even nicer than I imagined. And I had no idea
So she likes books like that, huh? Ida likes novels like that. It's so wonderful. It's really, really wonderful. Every new thing I learn about her is more wonderful than the last. I need to meet with her again. Girl, you are so you are so I don't know. It's also difficult because feelings of best friends, especially at this age, can be heavily conflated with feelings of like romanticism, but also like girl you really liked her. You really, really liked her. So I need to meet with her again. I want to talk more. Maybe next time she'll tell me a little more about herself. It kind of feels like I hogged the entire conversation now that I think back on it. And also, it doesn't really help that she doesn't really have any other friends outside of this. So it's really just like the first sign of affection from anyone is just like, wow, wow. It really was self-centered of me. Next time, I'll have to ask Ida more questions. I'll have to ask her more about the books she likes. Maybe we can talk about movies. I wonder what her favorites are. Does she also like romance films? That would be cute. I usually prefer detective films, but I really enjoy all kinds of movies. I love Yuri. I love Yuri too. Did you see? This is the only time that I actually wish that I was at Anime Expo. Apparently the green Yuri anime, the guy that she was into wasn't a guy at all. It got its whole like booth there, and apparently the opening theme for that anime is gonna be sung by Nirvana. What the hell? It's gonna be. I know they had an official tie-in with Nirvana, so I knew they had connections already. So I was like, yeah, that music is gonna show up in the anime. But I didn't know they would just have like a whole ass opening just for just for the thing. That's amazing. That's incredible, honestly. Yeah, Nirvana, what the hell? I saw the tweet today. It's insane. It got me so hyped and honestly made me wish that I was at Anime Expo. And then I also saw video of the lines there and I was like, never mind. I don't wish that. I don't wish that upon myself. Like I said, I've never been to an anime convention before, so it's like I want to eventually, but also I don't know how I would feel just like being packed into a room like salmon, like fish. Like I don't know. I don't know how I would feel. I would be very, very, very. I'd have to be with very good friends, cause man, I don't know. I usually prefer detective films, but I really enjoy all kinds of movies. Oh, you like detective films, which is why you always want an answer for everything, essentially. Interesting. They had Dave Grohl say something. Yeah, I was like, that's insane, man. Imagine being in the audience when that happened and being like, what the hell? What the hell? Insane, man. I keep meaning to read that manga. I've been to a few anime conventions before. I could say they can be very, very overwhelming. Yeah, I feel like Anime Expo maybe is the final boss. It's the final boss. Let's you know, maybe, I don't know, maybe the only thing that could beat it out is New York Comic-Con, you know, like that, because that's more, it's not just about anime at that point, it's about general things, so there's probably a lot of people there. But yeah, maybe a final boss thing, maybe work my way up to it. Essentially, because I imagine there'd be a lot of people there. So if she wanted to watch something, maybe we could even go to the cinema. That would be so much fun. It's been a long time since I've gone there. I need to see her again. Are we gonna go back to our same standard thing? No, apparently not. She skips even more than before, and I don't want to put down the game. I don't want to put down the game, but I do need to go, and my voice is dying, and we have a stream literally tomorrow. We don't usually have back-to-back streams because the last time that I did significant back-to-back streams, I got a cut on my vocal cord. I got the no, it wasn't a cut. It was the thing, right? Sorry, I'm even forgetting at this point. But it was the thing with the little goody two shoes and everything. Doing that back to back. On top of speaking during the day and having to do all of that, man, it compounded, and I had to take a vocal rest for a while. That was fun. So I don't typically do streams back to back, but it is a long weekend. I want to do some more 100 line. 100 line is not going to be that bad, honestly, in the grand scheme of things, because there is some gameplay to like tide us over. It's not talking all the time.
And it's better for me to not do a 5-hour stream and rest my voice and rest my voice a little bit, as much as I can anyway, before I inevitably have to maybe, I don't know, maybe do some more work tomorrow or maybe do some more work Sunday. It depends. It depends. So lesson for today: never speak. True. Never speak. Never say words ever. Never, ever, ever. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's a mistake. It's a mistake, as Asya would also tell you, honestly. You don't want to blow your voice out. Yeah, exactly. So I think for today we're gonna call it. Let me go over and save the game. Let's save. No signal. Gotcha. There we go. And then I guess I'll go back to the title screen. How do I do that? Do I go? Wait, return. Wait, no, that wasn't it. Shit. Quit? Are you sure you want to quit? Can I go back to the title, or like? No, the title. There we go. I can read. There we go. Whew. It took a minute. But we got there. We got there eventually. All right, cool. So that was a little bit of Zato. I love the world and everything in it. I love the world and everything in it. This was really, really fun, quote unquote. Like it's very heavily focused on bullying, which is, man, it sucks. It sucks. But like the small town atmosphere and like this world covered in snow and this main character, I think the main character is the most interesting part for me, where it's like I wasn't expecting her to be so like love of life and also trying to find the good in people and being like, yeah, you know, being so like caught up in her head. But I love that she is like that, and there are very many things that I can like relate to when it comes to her and like the way that she thinks about her thoughts, especially at that age. It's like, yeah, I get it. So I'm really enjoying it so far. Ida, to me, I'm gonna be shocked if we get to the end of this and Ida isn't actually dead. I think she is. I don't know how, I don't know why, but I think she is. I don't know, maybe it seems like it's gonna be like a sad tale. But again, overwhelmingly positive on Steam. It's very, very good, and I'm looking forward to getting into it. Again, it just feels weird that we had Marina and it's like, come with me, I'll tell you the truth about everything, and then she's gone now. So, but that was it. That was Zato. I love the world and everything in it. We will be back with some more of this next week, and hopefully we'll be able to do a little bit of a longer stream there. So, never ever speak. Also, never ever read. Never do that. Never ever do that. But this was familiar. I have this in my library. Yeah, I think this has been, well, I guess it kind of depends on what your definition of successful is, quote unquote. But like, to me, I feel like this game deserves, at least what I've seen of it so far, it deserves more recognition. But overall, I would say it had a pretty successful launch. Like, the word got out there to people, quite a few people. So if it seems like a lot of people have it on their backlog. So let me go ahead and look for somebody to raid, if anyone is available, if anyone is online right now. Bronsua is online. Let's go raid Bronsua. Let's go raid Bronsua. Bronsua is playing, doing some writing stuff. I think maybe doing tic-tac-toe, honestly. I think maybe doing tic-tac-toe. Let's go ahead and say hello. Let's go ahead and say hello. And then before we go, actually, I wanted to actually do the thing that I said I was gonna do, which is I want to go and find the Vocaloid song that I listened to all those myriad ago. Fairy, there we go. What was the Vocaloid song I listened to? It was such a long time ago, man. I don't remember. There we go. 7 years ago. 7 years ago. This was the one that I know the best. I know some of the other ones as well. Like I know False Disposition, and I know KT's Official Guide to Coolness. And I think that comprises all 3 of the songs that I listened to, probably. But the one that I know the best is Punch It Punk. So let me go ahead and get this, and then let's copy and paste. Seems to be in Cult's classic status. Yeah, and I hope it continues to do so, because it has the vibes, and like the way that it's written is very well done so far. So it deserves it. It deserves it.
This was the Vocaloid song eons ago that I had listened to by the same person who wrote the story, did the artwork for the story, both, maybe? I don't know. I don't know. If you're interested, so feel free to check it out, and of course feel free to check out this this game as well if you're interested in more of it. But I'll be back with some more of this next week. Let me go over and set up the raid. Francia VTuber. There we go. And then let me put this over here, and I will put this over here, and then to ending screen. Alrighty. If you are here, thank you so much for joining me for a little bit. I really appreciate it. I will be right I will not be in the raid. I will join a little bit later. I have to get some food, and then I have to go do something, and then I'll be right back to join. So say hello for me. Feel free to say special delivery and say that this game is awesome and cool and amazing, and stop on by and be nice to Bronzua. So have a wonderful rest of your night, and I'll be right back tomorrow. I'll be right back tomorrow with some more 100 lines to kill anime forever. To kill anime forever. For real this time. So bye bye everyone. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye bye. Oh, and Shu, I'm gonna answer your DMs tonight. I will actually do that. I have a million different messages to catch up on, but I will do that for real this time.